Now let's talk about the conservative movement, as it were. We, ladies and gentlemen, have challenges that are part and parcel of a movement that feels it has just suffered a humiliating defeat when it's not humiliating. This wasn't a landslide victory, 52 to what, 46? 58 million people voted against Obama. There would have been more if we'd have had a conservative nominee. But no. I don't mean that. I mean that in an instructive way, as a lead-in to what I'm talking about here. There's no humiliating defeat here. I can't say, sometimes I get livid and angry. We do have an organizational problem. We have a challenge. We've got factions now within our own movement seeking power to dominate it, and worst of all, to redefine it. Well, Constitution doesn't need to be redefined, conservative intellectuals. The Declaration of Independence does not need to be redefined, and neither does conservatism. Conservatism is what it is, and it is forever. It's not something you can bend and shape and flake and form. Thank you. For the purposes of this occasion, I'm not going to mention any names. I bet with you I won't have to. People watching my first address to the nation might be curious what I'm talking about. They will find out in due course. Just trust me on this. I cringed. It might have been 2007, late 2007, or sometime during 2008. But a couple of prominent conservative, but beltway establishment media types began to write on the concept that the era of Reagan is over. Now, and that we needed to adapt our appeal, because after all, what's important in politics is winning elections. And so we have to understand that the American people, they want big government. We just have to find a way to tell them we're no longer opposed to that. And we will come up with our own version of it that is wiser and smarter, but we've got to go get the Walmart voter, and we've got to get the Hispanic voter, and we've got to get the recalcitrant independent women. And I'm listening to this, and I am just apoplectic. The era of Reagan is over. When the hell do you ever hear a Democrat say the era of FDR is over? You never hear it. Not only that, the President of the United States today, alternate days, thinks he's FDR, thinks he's Abraham Lincoln, and sometimes, like Tuesday night, thinks he's Ronald Reagan. We have, our own movement has members trying to throw Reagan out, while the Democrats know they can't accomplish what they want unless they appeal to Reagan voters. We have got to stamp this out within this movement, because it will tear us apart and will guarantee we lose elections. We have to. You see, to me, it's not even, it's a no-brainer. It's not even something to me. How do you get rid of Reagan from conservative? The blueprint for landslide conservative victory is right there. Why in the hell the so-called smartest people in our room want to chuck it? I mean, I know why. I know exactly why. It's because they're embarrassed of some of the people who call themselves conservatives. These people are New York, Washington cocktail elitists, and they get made fun of when the next NASCAR race is on TV and their cocktail party buds come up to them. You can't believe those people are in your party? How can you put up with this? You know, and so it'd be easy to throw them overboard so as to maintain these cocktail party Beltway, New York City, inside the Beltway media relationships. But I tell you, this notion that Reaganism is dead, that conservatism needs to be refined. Let's take a look at this we've got to go get the Walmart voter. I opened my remarks tonight by telling the people watching on Fox who we conservatives are. When I look out at you in this audience, I don't see a Walmart voter, and I don't see a black, and I don't see a woman, and I don't see a Hispanic. I see human beings who happen to be fortunate enough to be the luckiest people on earth. You are Americans. Conservatism. For us to make the decision that we've got to figure out policies to get the Walmart voter, we've got most of them already, is the bottom line. Conservatism is a universal set of core principles, and you don't check principles at the door. This is a battle that we're going to have, and there are egos involved here too. There is when the situation like ours exists, there are people who want to lead it. They want to redefine it. Their egos are such that they want to be the next X, whoever it is. And so there will be different factions lining up to try to define what conservatism is. And beware of those different factions who seek, as part of their attempt to redefine conservatism, as making sure the liberals like us, making sure the media likes us. They never will as long as we remain conservatives. They can't possibly like us. They are our enemy. In a political arena of ideas, they're our enemy. They think we need to be defeated. Why do you think, you all in this room know this, for those of you watching at home, my first address to the nation, I'm sure you paid close enough that you knew that at one time Senator McCain was the favorite Republican of all the cable news networks and the Sunday shows. And they would just, their tongues would be on the floor, the media people, when they knew that McCain was, and they would treat McCain as the greatest guy in the world. Did you at home wonder why? You were told it's because he was moderate. He was not strict. He was not an authoritarian. He was able to walk to the other side of the aisle. He was able to get along with the enemy. And everybody wants love and bipartisanship. That's not why they invited Senator McCain. They invited Senator McCain because he happened to be the loudest at criticizing his own president and his own party, and that's what they want, is people from our side. And there will be factions in our movement, folks, who are going to make an effort to say we have to grow. We can't stay stale. I think I heard the term used the other day. Nothing stale about freedom. There's nothing stale about liberty. There's nothing stale about fighting for it. Nothing stale whatsoever. Freedom. You're getting tired of standing up? I don't blame you. By the way, for those of you watching on TV, you think the standing O's getting a little... People are just tired. They've been up and out of their chairs 100 times here. Freedom. No. Give it up. Give it up.